David Lee, I believe he played at Long Beach State. You guys educate me, post in. Everybody watching, comment. Tell me if he indeed played his indoor ball at Long Beach State for Allen Knight. A little bit of, again, a little bit J-hooky on that serve receive. Miles, this is what they need to do. This is one of the 2 or 3 things, Jason's 3 things they needed to do. They need to move the set from up and down to like a drifter. You know, something of a tempo, not necessarily a lob. It can go to the antenna if they want to. I knew they had to serve more competitively, and 3, I think they needed to just allow, Ricardo just needed to allow himself to go after the ball instead of just overcommitting to a blocking zone. So what do we got? Let me change the score for you guys in a minute. I believe it's 12-6. Reid Priddy might not be the one you want to serve right now. He's on fire. His serve receives immaculate. I don't know if they're testing him because they want to see if David Lee has a better chemistry set connection. But Reid, very much like indoor, his game, he doesn't need this great set to be productive. So I'd rather serve David Lee, and I'd rather work his middle, left shoulder, take the option away from Reid Priddy. If not the option, certainly his court vision and his peripherals. And David Lee, again, he does just like Stafford Slick and some of these other big guys. He doesn't really face his platform when he angles left shoulder. A lot of these guys, they're right shoulder heavy, and it's so typical amongst players on all levels. And even at this level, you'll see some of these guys like face forward. And when they angle their platform left, their platform's moving and their head's not moving with it. If your head moves with it, what happens is your left shoulder goes up, your right shoulder goes down, and any margin for error goes towards the net where your partner can set you. So that's just basic volleyball. I think there was a touch on that, and now it's 14-6. 1 away from the technical timeout. Convincing winners of the first set, Reid Priddy, David Lee, but like Cypress Hill, Santos and Evans said we ain't going out like that. And there's a technical timeout. Talk about commanding lead. This brings new definition to the term blowout. Worth the technical timeout. Scoreboard. Want to see if anything's happening. Want to see if that women's match started already on court 1. There it is. 2-2. Sheila Shaw, Mackenzie Pawnett. Mackenzie, very good passer, very good defender. I like her style. She doesn't seem emotionally high or emotionally low, which says a lot for a redhead. Sheila Shaw is just Sheila Shaw. I believe she had like a broken hand or something last year and was just like throw some sand on it, bandage up, I'm blocking. If the term stud doesn't remain to be a sexist term, I give you Sheila Shaw. So yeah, my command center. I showed you guys, and I showed you the setup, making the scoreboard possible. We're back from the technical timeout. No timeouts left for Priddy and Lee. And that's, again, I gave you Jason's 3 tips on how to win this match, and you don't really want to serve David Lee position 1. David Lee is right shoulder heavy. Unless you can get him, unless your serve to space is zooming like that. He's right shoulder heavy, and it also gives Reid peripheral vision on the option. Reid didn't just see the blocker, Reid saw the entire court on that hit on too. Ricardo trying to cut back, gets blocked in. Stirring the pot a little bit is David Lee, a little momentum. There haven't been too many instances where you see 2 points in a row by that team. Certainly not this set. Reid Priddy with a jump serve, you better believe it, here it comes. Wow. Perfectly square with the shoulders, and not the first time he's done that this qualifier tournament, or this qualifier bracket. That's Miles Evans. Score is now 16-8. Thank you for joining me. Jason DeBillas, from calling this from the command center. A little director's cut, if you will, and serving short. It was also a no-no unless you can get them, which they did. You mix it up. So now that you have Jason's 3 tips on how Santos and Evans can win this, I think the 3 ways Priddy and Lee can win is continue to work the heck out of Miles Evans on serve receive. Sometimes on that bump set, Miles finds himself refocusing more on the ball, takes away some of his peripheral vision, and again, he's a streaky hitter. When he's on, he looks pretty unstoppable, but when he's off, he looks equally as bad. And you're gonna get some points on Ricardo, but the more points you get on him, the more he's gonna make you pay. Both of them approaching the net. The fate of the tape determines that Ricardo and Miles have that point, and I believe it's 18-9, one away from the switch. Miles letting the pants hang, showing off his 8-pack. Consummate nice guy. Here's the right shoulder, and there's Priddy again. Same play, same result. Not calling myself Mystic Mac, but sometimes when you call it and it happens, refs are letting everybody play, super loose in both tournaments. Personally, I like letting the boys play. That is Mark Burek. Mark Burek, it was so cool seeing you out there doing your thing. Mark Burek is one of my top 5 hardest working men in America as far as volleyball players are concerned. I have a volleyball category. I call him the James Brown of volleyball. And there's Jeff Alzina, and there's Mark Burek. There's a short serve. Reid not out of the option on that one, and Lee goes line over, and now it's 11-19. So I believe for Lee and Priddy to win this match, they have to serve Miles more. I think David Lee goes after the ball more, just aborts the zone and allows him to do the things he does best. That serve trickles into the tape. It's set point opportunity number 1. They have to work Miles, and they have to crash on the block. And I also believe they really, really have to scout out Santos on that too. Make sure.
Set point.
Oh, goodness. J-hook pass, and I don't know what's worse. Figure we're gonna stink up the joint, we'll finish the set that way. Miles knew he had it. And now here we are going to the decisive third set. Let's go to our scoreboard again. Let's go to our live scoring. Let's check out the ladies. Let's reset scores. There we go, and done. Wow, wait a second. Let's try this. Let's try this. Oops, let's try memory 1. Let's get off. Let's try this. Oops. Not split screen. I don't want split screen. Let's try this. That. Let's go back to this. And let's go back to this and see if we could scoreboard this. There it is. Let's reverse. Nope, it's not working. Okay. I was hoping I could just chroma key. Sorry, how am I doing? Do that. There you go. Like that. And then so that. I wonder if I can do that. Just, you don't see that as well, do you? Let's do that. Wow, I really like the whiteout. Can you guys still see that scoreboard? That's awesome. That's actually pretty cool. We're going to do that. 1-0 Evans and Santos.
Okay, so we're going to take a medical timeout.
Ben Abbott, tell me if you like this scoreboard better. If you guys want me to go back to the other scoreboard, let me know. But this is, I was playing with my black and white chroma key on my video switcher. And looks like there's a little bit of a medical timeout going on here.
Medical is here. So how medical works is you get up to 5 minutes. You do not have to use the entirety of the 5 minutes. You get up to 5 minutes off to return to the court from the moment that the medical professional arrives. Medical professional is here, so.
I really like this see-through scoreboard. Look at that. Oh, neutral. Cool. You don't. Mark, thank you for that. Because no, if either way, both are fine. This is actually easier. This way, I don't have to do like an up and down scroll or like a wipe function. Kelly Campbell, both boards are fine.
Thanks, Alex, man, for sharing that. Everyone, please share that link. SLB family, if you watched me over the last 20 years, if you watched Rosie over the last 20 years, and I'm someone who makes three-time Linden, we all need help. I know sometimes when we all need help, we need to help our brother. If we want him to play next year, we have to.
Yeah, anyone, everybody go on, when you get a chance, go on Dade, D-A-D-E. That's her Facebook handle. That's Renee Marcella. She's the one that's providing this live stream, and her and I have a little handshake agreement to co-promote that allows me to do this kind of director's cut where you guys hear the sound of my voice and get tired of it and eventually switch to her. I can see half of you are like, oh my God, wait, there's a live stream where we don't have to listen to him? We're out of here. Dade, D-A-D-E. Big up to her, so give her a big shout out. One of the sweetest people you're going to meet out there. She's the one on assignment out there. She's the one on the sidelines doing all the cheap labor out in the sun. Me, I have the luxury of calling this from my command center, where I get to do this or that. Well, while this is going on, let's see if we can go to, let's see if we can go to live scoring and see what's up with the girls. 16-13, the number 2 seed, Carissa Cook, Jace Pardon.
Possible cramp, we don't know. One of the medical professionals went to the med tent and brought back a bottle of pills. Another has packets of something to mix in water bottles, so potentially cramp related. Electrolytes are super commonly not enough. We'll see
Yeah,
how
I think
fast
that's what's going on.
Let's see if we can feel better. The rest is 2 minutes, about 30 seconds ago, so definitely going to be using the full 5.
Trivia question, how many Olympic matches are represented on this court right now? Olympic matches, that's a quantitative impossibility. I mean, wow. I mean, if we're just talking about gold medal runs, even that's difficult. Like David Lee, Reid, Priddy played 5 matches to finish 5-0, won a quarters, semis, and finals against Serbia, Montenegro, Russia, and Brazil. All upsets, in my opinion. So that's 8 matches for David Lee, So I guess hence that's 8 matches for Reid Priddy, so that's 16 matches. And you guys can help me catch up with Ricardo, his gold medal run, because I don't know how many matches are in pool play. My guess is 14 pools, there were 3 matches, and then if there, how the Olympics worked in 2004, round of 16, final 8, final 4 finals, that's another 4 matches, so that's 7 matches for Ricardo. So 7 matches for Ricardo, a combined 16 for Reid Priddy and David Lee. So I got your gold medal run covered, guys. That's 23 matches. Love the trivia question.
Coming up on 5, we need an answer from the player 092.
Look at that. Someone's aiming for her camera. Look at how clean those balls are. That is the function. Conjunction, junction, what's her function? Keeping these balls purified, COVID-free. Mark Bjork was asked how hot it is out there, and he says, it's hot for Cali, but not bad at all. And considering Mark's a native New Yorker, you're not a Queens, New York. We know, dude, we know hot and humid. I know we know long winters, but when it's hot, I equivocated to Hawaii when Hawaii is humid and sticky. It's that, New York is that kind of hot, and the South Bay, you really don't see that very much. I mean, the sand can be on fire, burning your feet, and it's still never humid. Medical timeout, and it looks like he's coming back. I'm going to check the score for us. I believe it was 1-0 when that happened. A very important third set, and it looks like they're walking away again.
Okay, now he's utilizing team timeout.
Who did pull up Mark Bjork to his first main draw? Was it Hudson Bates? I thought it was Hudson Bates too. I thought, look, I don't go far back like everybody else does, but 2016, I do remember him being on center court with Hudson Bates, playing Frischman and Brunstein. So I don't think that was his first one though. That was 2016, and I only know because I was there. I played in that one actually. Played with a guy named Tyler Lucas. And yep, you guys didn't tell me, and I never knew. And I got. Okay,
medical's done, timeout's done. It's either play or forfeit.
Yeah, it did look like a knee.
Let's see what we can do.
Sorry about that, Adam. Live streams are very hard to do on a single camera set, which is all I have right now. And there's a side out and back to business. It's Lee and Reid Priddy. No, I didn't think that was your first one, Mark. I thought it was someone else. I know you guys multiple time winners of the Pottstown Rumble together. There's the on two. Wow. I thought he was trying to do much on that, but it was just enough. Are they seriously calling over the net on that one? Sorry, they're going to have to miss me on that call. I don't love that. I don't know what he's supposed to do. Make a wall and have it gently trickle into the defense? No. It doesn't have to be 50-50. It doesn't even have to be 80-10. It doesn't even have to be 95-5. Oh, good. They gave him the ball. Glad. I thought they were calling over the net. I was like, that was ridiculous. That's the serve. You want to get David Lee, and there's a line over, but that's how you want to work him. Never twice, Miles. Shane Donahue. Graham Wren for Mark Burek.
Got beer during medical.
Wow, beautiful crossbody by Ricardo, and there's your first switch of the match, this third set. The resolution's choppy, guys. Be patient. One, it eventually catches up. It's a bandwidth thing between her live stream, Renee's live stream, and me relaying it. The second thing is I have the something called a Ninja Flame, which up converts the resolution, so you get to watch this again on YouTube in full HD. Very nice play by Ricardo, and yeah, that play alone is enough to make the sirens wail. Oh, they're trying to argue a throw, Brett Johnson. Very well said. Mark Burek, if you can hear this, let me know if Rafi Paulus is in Atlantic City. Wow, beautiful, fundamental, everyday, nothing changes block by Ricardo. And I believe the score is 5-2. Yeah, if there's a timeout, I'll show you the device I've been using to make all of this possible. Wow, nice cut back by Reid, Priddy, and that's going to be a point for them, 3-5. Reid Priddy out of Loyola Marymount University. Actually got to a Final Four with them. I don't know if Reid Priddy was part of that team or what year, but I do know they had a pretty good team. Priddy, par for the course. Very easy dig, transition, Priddy. Ooh, they are calling a chuck, and that anger. I said a lot of things are indoor worthy, the block, the serve receive, but that anger was indoor worthy. Rafi Paulus is a drug addict. Mark Burek, you are just outing people. Rafi Paulus literally lives across the street from me. He was former roommates with Jeff Samuels, and Jeff coached with me, so when we had to go to practice, we didn't text each other. We just yell from our roof, Jeff, come on, let's go, practice, gotta go. Just like Jay, I need a ride. So that is the level of communication I have with them. And nice touch by Ricardo, who always seems to be at the right place, right time. I'm gonna fix the score for you guys in a minute. Just make sure you guys can still see it. And pretty easy to tell, in light of the fact there's a switch. That's a 6-4.
So,
Bottom ref goes to the top ref, and
sunglasses, aka
I don't know if Reid is still crabbing, still Chewbaccaing about
100%
the call.
a phenomenal qualifier match.
Rafi Paulus, welcome. AC, you know I cheer for you, brother. Wow, creating his string out of the middle is Miles Evans, and that wrist away is as academic as it is practiced, and the ref definitely needs to take a look at that, because I don't think that ball was out. That ball was sailing up at the end, and it had all of the aspects of the ball going out except for one thing. I thought it hit the end. I thought it hit the back line. Sometimes these balls look out, and people are quick to just raise their hands out, and Ricardo down the middle, right into our living room. Mark Burek, you asked if they should put Dave on the left because the quad and the groin looks pretty bad. But you guys who are posting need to remind me which one of the players had a groin. If it's David Lee with the groin, I say no because it's easier on his groin and his left shoulder, which, oh wow, there's a hubby wife, and they need a timeout. Yeah, sometimes if you open up, that taxes your groin, you know, because your shoulder swing sends this resonance down to where your midsection is, where your abs are, whatever, that hurts just as bad. So if it's David Lee with the groin issue, no, he should stay right side. If it's Reid Priddy, I don't know, maybe, good question. Nice holding your platform. There's the up and down, and wow, body language sold the shot. And every time your psyche tells your physical nature, your body, that it's a shot, sometimes you don't get the same elevation. And anything less than prototypically technical against Ricardo is going to get thrown back in your face, and that's what we got. Nice left shoulder serve, but even better pass. David Lee. Wow, nice drag on that. Nasty drop at the end, and there's your switch, 6-9. Well, whoever's dealing with that groin injury needs to keep moving as much as possible. I don't think that normally you want to slow down the game and walk back and forth and recover, but if you're slowing down the game and you're standing still, that's counterproductive. Santos. Say it with me, Santos. Listen, Ricardo is like Madonna, okay? Ricardo's like Cher. We don't say last names when it comes to legends. That is Ricardo. And I don't even think Santos is his complete middle and last name anyway. I think he's got like 4 of them. All right, great play. And Santos making sure everything is copacetic before they flip that scoreboard. That's a good question. Is Reid Priddy cramping up? Maybe, maybe not. But
10-6.
His liquids, he has to make sure he takes small sips. If you're looking for a real true way to cramp up, you go down there, you go to the sideline, and you take a big swig of water and see what happens to your other leg. There's a wrist away that's dug. There's the back set, and that's what I was saying. That was going to help Miles Evans and Ricardo win this match. They lost the first set in what some would call convincing fashion, but they made the adjustment. They turned the up and down sets to drifters. They continue to work David Lee's left shoulder, taking the option away from Reid Priddy, at least his peripheral vision on the option, and asking what we won. We got a 21-11 blowout the second set, and now they have a commanding lead the third set. Reid Priddy on the line. Ricardo saying, my bad. I don't know if he said my bad that he sold his partner out on a drift in. What was supposed to be a 1 block, he drifted more in 2, or if just served the wrong person. I believe the score is 7-11. I'm gonna 7 serving 11. David Lee with the serve out of the middle. Nice hold in your platform, nice facing your platform by Miles Evans, and Miles gets stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey. 8-11, and as I said previously, for those of you that just joined, I think that's one of the things that David Lee needed to do. Sometimes he overcommits to these zones on the 1, 2, 3, and 4 block, and really just allow himself permission to go after the hitter. This one, yep, and there he is. He goes after the hitter. And we need a call. I think that ball was in. I don't know if Miles is doing a theatric celebration here, but I strongly believe, I'm not going to flip the scoreboard yet. I thought that ball landed in. Let's see what the ref says. Yep. Okay. Went out. Hey, I guess good things happen when you swing, huh? 12-8. That's the switch. There's the up and down set to Reid. Reid cross court. Man, I hate to keep using indoor as a rationalization, but that hit that indoor players called the hatch. He's so good at it. He's so fun to watch. Priddy is on struggle bus, but sometimes that pain reminds you, Mark Burek, that pain reminds you still have a job to do. To quote the movie G.I. Jane, you want to know the best thing about pain? It reminds you that you're not dead yet. Left shoulder serve. Miles, drifter, did he get the corner? Yes, he did. Now it's 13-9. And what's been a match-long marathon is now a sprint to 2 for the leaders in this best-of-3 match. Once again, there's no scoring freeze. So anyone looking at live scoring, they keep saying freeze because I think that's how the algorithm's set up. But for the qualifiers, there's no scoring freeze. Is he up and down? Lee. Line, Doug. Looking for 14. Miles Evans right up the middle off of David Lee's pull and right into our living room. Big smile on his face for the extrovert. Match point opportunity number 1 for Ricardo and Miles. Rafi Paulus said Chris Frazier just lost to HUD. I cheer for Chris Frazier so much. Big shout out, Chris Frazier. Ralph. Tell him I said what's up, Rafi. David Lee on the on-2. And Ricardo on the on-2. And in classic but yet uneventful fashion, winners, Ricardo and Miles Evans. Don't tell Miles it's uneventful fashion. He's emotional. He's elated. He's happy. A little bit of a wave high five. Social distance high five. Convincing fashion. 15-9 winners. 2 sets to 1. For all of you at home, for all of you watching this on your iPad, for Renee who made this possible, I'm Jason DeBilius. Thank that woman for doing this for her. Go on Dade, D-A-D-E. And from me, I'm out of here. So long. See you guys tomorrow. What an awesome day.